Life.
Hey loves, I'm stopping by really quickly just to let you guys know about my new merchandise that I recently put out. You guys asked and I delivered. You can now pick up your Pick Me Nation t-shirts, you guys. I also have Winter is Here merchandise. And I also have Who You Want, Gotta Want You t-shirts as well. So make sure you go and support. It is the holiday times. Definitely go pick up a shirt or a mug for your mother, your fathers, your sisters, brothers, your husband, wife. Make sure you go and support. I have those shirts available now. What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Dee Dee. Welcome or welcome back to the channel. So I'm back with another reaction video for you guys. Now, in this particular video, women are frustrated that men are just ignoring them. And so this is something that we're starting to see more and more of because, once again, this is a result of women saying they don't need men, that they can do it all by themselves. They're making the money. They would like a man, but they don't need him. And, it just stems from a broad spectrum of what modern women have put out on social media and what they have said about Black men in particular as to how they don't need them and they're this and they're that. And now men are responding and women don't like it. So I want to get into the video. Y'all definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear what you have to say. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel if you like the content. Share and like the video and turn on your notification bell to be notified when I upload new content, all right? Let's get into the video. Here we go.
Someone explains to me where the competitive men at. The ones who have their energy of like a gladiator in a knight. Because as soon as you tell a man that you're dating, he folds like a piece of paper. And when a woman says that she's dating, it doesn't mean that she's just sleeping around or not being intentional. It means may the best man win. Embrace competition, boo. Thank you.
Another episode of Today's Men Are Sassy.
We got a low tire in the vet.
All these men out here. Where are they at? All of them, all of them doing their thing with the bikes. And we say, can y'all help us put air in the tire? Not one of them. Not one of them. Not one of them. Just ignored everything that was said.
Blatantly ignored.
But you know what? It's okay because I got it. Yep. Oh, thanks for your help, my guy. And then instead of taking like 5.5 seconds just top ours off real quick. Oh, my guy's gonna make us wait till he gets his whole car pumped up. Yep. Thanks for your help.
Well, listen, this is the result of women saying they don't need men. I don't understand. Look, I don't understand it. If you know you want help from men, why would so many women co-sign this idea of not needing a man? If y'all know y'all gonna want men to do things for you and you're used to that type of mentality from men, why would you co-sign the behavior of women when they were out here, so adamant and loud about the fact that they don't need men because they were able to make some money? I think women don't look at the whole picture. You forget that money is not the only thing that's necessary in life. Yes, it's great. It's at the top of the list for sure. But it's not the only thing that is needed. And it's not the only thing that you want, especially from a man. Money is important. Yes. And if you are a woman and you're able to get to the bag, as women say, and you can take care of yourself in a great way and provide all the things for yourself, kudos to you. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but what I'm saying is when you reference money as the main goal when it comes to a man and that you don't need you make it seem like you don't need a man because you can make money. But then when the men start to respond to that and start to move accordingly and ignore you, and act like you don't exist, now you realize the other aspects of a man besides his money. Then you understand the importance of men and how necessary they are when money isn't the only thing that you need. So you can go to work and make money as you should as an adult. But what are the other things that men bring to the table? This is the part that women forget. But you want to act like, oh my God, these ninjas ain't ish and they ain't this until you need them for something. And when they're not there, then you realize all of the things that you're lacking due to that man not being there. That's all I'm saying. Let's continue.
Not
When did it become such a problem for women wanting a man who's a provider? Like, since when is that such an issue? Because back in the day, I'm not trying to get spiritual, but if you look in the Bible, men are supposed to be providers and women are supposed to be nurturers. So when did the issue about a man providing become such a thing? Like, why is that a thing? Like, why are you guys looking at women?
We ain't providing for everybody now.
I get that too. You
gotta have some standards.
I agree. But why is it a problem, or why is it such a big topic that a woman wants a man who makes a little money?
Nah, the problem is because it turns into a scenario where women are going to whoever the highest bidder is.
Yeah, and it's just not the fact of a woman wanting a provider. I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting a provider, a man to provide for his family. But remember, it's for his family, not for every random chick that he meets. It's for his family. And then on top of that, too, the idea of provision from a man is skewed. Women aren't looking for providers, because a provider would be a man who would pay bills in the house, who would, make sure that the household is taken care of, making sure that his kids are taken care of, making sure that, the bills are paid. You don't have to worry about finances, like everything that you need to thrive and provide for your family is present. A lot of the idea of what provisions are from a man in this modern society from modern women is trips and bags and looking a certain way, providing superficial things that aren't really necessary to sustain a healthy family and relationship. These women want a soft girl life. Their idea of a man providing is different from what an actual provider is. They're looking for all the extras, all of the things, that make them look like they have this a glamorous lifestyle. That is not what I would consider provisions for a family. Taking care of your family, making sure you have a stable roof over your head, your kids are fed, they're nurtured, they're taught, you're teaching them things, you're providing for them the necessary things that they need to thrive and grow. Not all this other superficial, how much you could spend on me, how much things gotta cost, everything gotta be so expensive. That is not necessarily the idea of provisions for a family. A lot of those things, a family and a man who knows what's important and put his priorities first, is not what these women, these modern day women, portray as a provider man. Let's just make sure we clear that up. Let's continue.
So last night I got broken up with, and I kind of saw it coming because it had just been like a couple of things after another. But y'all, when I tell you, he is such a good man. Like, this is an L. This is an L. He's such a good man. He's literally all the things that I wanted and prayed for. And I think the lesson that I have to take away from this is, I'm not gonna say he was my first good man, but he was my first like emotionally regulated, like standing on business man. Your outfit is so cute. We love a monochromatic moment. Absolutely. But yeah, I think he was my first like really healed and just like really there man. And ladies, they require a whole different, like, you gotta step. You gotta step. Yes, that's what I prayed for. And I think that God put him in my life, one, to bring me closer to God, because I had to pray, girl. I was praying every day. I'm like, Lord, you need to help me. Help me, baby. Can you help me? This is cute. Y'all, look at this. And now they matching my fit. Period. But anyway, yeah. So, brought me closer to God. And also kind of just like held a mirror up to like stuff I still need to work on. Like, I've come a long way, trust me. Don't get it twisted. I've been doing the inner work. I've been like, I'm prepared to be a wife, okay? I don't just want a husband. I want to be a wife, right? So I've been preparing for that, but I'm not perfect. And one of the things that I learned and realized with him was truly what a safe space for a man is. Because I just thought not calling you out your name, not like putting my hands on you, you know what I mean? Like, I just thought that like, I don't know. I thought I was creating a safe space. Turns out I actually was not creating the safest space I could have, because I have this thing where, and I guess it stems from like past relationships, but I have this thing where like if someone brings up a grievance that they have with me, or like something that they want me to fix, or an issue that they have, I kind of automatically assume they're about to leave. So I go into this like defensive fight or flight, like, oh my God, let me defend myself. Like I go into that mode, and it makes it to where the person no longer feels like safe bringing up anything. But
yeah, I think this is important what she's saying, because this is how so many women lose good men. Because remember, they're not thinking about the man, and women always are the ones who like to talk about a safe space, but you don't provide that for the man that you're with. And I think men need that as well. And I think, you know, a lot of women think that they have all of these options to get all these good men, that they're going to just come across all these good men constantly. And they're finding out that that is not the case. If you lose a good man, you might be hard pressed to find another one. And I think you have to be self-aware. At least she's acknowledging her part in this, because at least there's some sense of self-awareness there, that she understands her part in it, because so many women don't get that. But you got to understand, she's explaining a lot of the reasons why so many women fumble good men and then think they're going to find something better after that. And a lot of times they don't. And so, you know, I think it's important, you know, also she mentioned a part of, you know, her thinking a safe space is not putting her hands on a man or doing these things. That I think that is very critical, because a lot of women think like that and they move in that way. But if a man was to do that, it would be just unacceptable completely. So I think, once again, this shows why men are very skeptical about dating modern women, why men are pushing away, why men are moving the way they're moving, not paying attention to these women, focusing on themselves, building themselves up and moving on. Is the very reason now you see women complaining about men, because the women who actually have a good man, they don't know how to keep them. They don't know what to do with them. They think something is wrong, or they think they're missing out on something, and they fail to find that type of man again, and he moves on. And then the men who are not in relationships are not giving these women a time of day because they don't want to go through the hassle. Let's continue.
In my defense, I've never dealt with somebody that was such a healthy communicator, so transparent and vulnerable. Like, I was unfamiliar, and so dealing with it for the first time, you know, I mess around and not be able. So yeah, it's like different than any other breakup that I've ever really experienced, because I just did so many things differently, and I showed up really authentic. So yeah, it's like different, but I just wanted to tell y'all that those emotionally regulated men with boundaries, honey, they run a strict program, and you gotta get in line. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, but I just know I learned a lot for next time.
The men who you're looking for are going to require a lot more from you. And if you're not ready for that, this is why so many women walk away from good men in relationships, because they're not ready for the very men that they say they want. And so I think that's important to understand, and not just ignore and think that men are just going to acquiesce to your needs and what it is that you want, and not have standards and boundaries for themselves that they expect you to adhere to. You're going to have a problem in any relationship. And I think that's what a lot of women are running across. Either they're coming across men who have standards and are emotionally intelligent and not going to accept anything, and they don't like that, or men are just ignoring them completely and not dealing with them at all. And this is something that they have to accept as well. So listen, y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel. Turn on that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content. I definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. So chime in, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
DeeDeesReactions.